Hi, y'all. Kurt Typley here for Church Sound Boot Camp. Let's talk about front fill speakers. Do you know what front fill speakers are really for? A lot of people think they're really for sound coverage, to get sound coverage into the listeners in the front couple rows of the room. And actually, they do that to a certain extent. But really, a more elegant use of the front fill speakers is to shift the audio image from the big speakers up on high down to where the person is talking. If you don't have the front fill speakers in a lot of situations, then your front row, your listener is, let's say, about 50 degrees up to where the loudspeakers are above their sight line. It's going to have this kind of voice of God kind of effect for those listeners in the front rows. So one thing you can do, if you add the front fill speakers, embed them in the front edge of the platform, and then you play a little delay trick to allow the sound to get there from those smaller speakers, you can actually trick the listener's ears into thinking the sound's coming from the person's mouth standing up there on the platform. It's kind of a cool trick. Takes a little finesse to make it work right, but it's been done for probably 20 years at least that I'm aware of. Anyway, I thought we'd explore that just a little bit this morning. I've got a couple pictures here to share with you, so let me share my screen. Here's a picture of a front fill speaker, this little speaker right here. It's just a little, this happens to be, I think, a bag end TA6002. It's the stair step version of that. And over here is a subwoofer bunker over here. Anyway, these are spread across the stage. Here's a picture of one that's embedded in the front in one of the stairs, like a stair riser speaker. Again, this is the bag end TA6002. Great little speaker used for front fill speakers. I use them quite a bit for front fill speakers. I think they're really loud and sound really nice and all like that. So anyway, they're embedded here, and we try and get them up a little bit so the listener's ears can they'll be more in line with the listener's ears rather than trying to keep them down. Here's a layout. Here's a stage layout, kind of a typical thing. This is the current project that I'm working on. And so I have FF1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are the front fill speaker locations. And so you'll notice that the seating area is outlined over here and here and here and over on the right. So I have a front fill speaker pretty much lined up with each one of those seating areas, right? If we had a center aisle, then we needed to, or if we had a center seating section, we'd have to decide, do we want a front fill speaker in that location as well? And these are floor boxes, these other designations around here. Anyway, so back on the front fill speakers. So these are embedded in the front edge of the platform. Here's an illustration of trying to communicate to the construction crew what I'm looking for. Basically, here's the stage, the platform up here, the main floor down here, the front wall of the platform, and this and a couple other drawings. I'm asking them to create a bunker, if you will, a little cavity to put that front fill speaker in. And it was going to fire straight out into the room. Again, we're trying to get it up a little bit off the floor just to get into the listener's ears out here. So that's basically it. Here's another illustration, a subwoofer bunker over here and a front fill speaker here. And in this situation, I believe there were 4 across the room, embedded as high on the platform as we could. So anyway, that's kind of the story about front fill speakers. If you'd like help with your project, let us know. We'd also love to see you at one of our upcoming workshops. We've got a bunch of Church Sound Boot Camps coming up this year. The next one is in Indianapolis, May 3rd and 4th. We'd love to see you there. If you just go to churchsoundbootcamp.com, you can find the information there, churchsoundbootcamp.com. Thanks for watching. Maybe a little more today, this afternoon. I'll see if I can come and visit you a little bit more today. That's it for now. Thanks. Bye-bye.